Hi there, I'm Randy Patterson, and this is another in a series of posts on cognitive distortions. These are ways that human beings routinely misperceive the world around us. We're looking here at the screen between external reality and the world we perceive and how reality changes on the way in. This time we're talking about magnification and minimization. And this is really all about how we compare ourselves to other people. Are you doing well compared to other people, or are you behind? Maybe you stand out. From what? Well, from others who aren't doing as well as you at whatever it is you're talking about. In a sense, this is all about competition. And there's a hidden assumption in this that competition is really important, that it matters who's the best at something. But maybe it doesn't. In a lot of circumstances, how you place relative to other people doesn't really matter. If this fence needs to get built, it's not really relevant whether you're the best fence builder in the neighborhood. It's your fence. You can build it fast, you can build it slow, whatever. We've all met that person who automatically assumes that winning is really important. You have to be a winner. You play some board game with them and they treat it as if it's life or death. They're deadly serious. It's awful. You join a sports league and somebody's entire self-image is based on whether your team wins or not. As though being able to knock down bowling pins or return a volleyball is a real measure of your worth as a human being. A client of mine years ago had recently moved to Vancouver and needed to make some friends. So he took up dragon boating. But the first team he tried was these really gung-ho guys who were desperate to be the best and humiliated if they ever lost. He quit, but to his credit, he joined another boat. And this one was about being out on the water and getting some exercise and maybe heading to the pub afterwards. And funny thing, they seemed to have a better time than the competitive guys on that other boat, even though they didn't win as much. Anyway, all of that is to say that there's an issue with the kind of foolish, alpha male, knee-jerk, competitive frame of mind where you have to be the best at things, you have to have the hottest car and the biggest house, and this somehow proves how worthy you are. But even if you get over that adolescent frame of mind, or you never fall prey to it in the first place, we can still engage in these comparisons. Hopefully not to prove yourself that you're the greatest, but to see, really, do I need to step it up a bit? How am I doing? But for that to give you useful information, you have to measure yourself against other people in some kind of consistent way. Maybe, for example, you want to play basketball, so height is an advantage, and you are 70 inches tall, and you compare yourself to another player who's 175. Way more than you're 70. You must be hopeless. Except there's a problem. You're measuring yourself in inches, and this other guy in centimeters. He's actually shorter than you. The problem is the measuring system. Magnification and minimization are about comparing yourself to other people using inconsistent measuring systems. It's sometimes called the binocular trick. And here's how it works. You look at your deficiencies and failures through the binoculars. And they seem huge and overwhelming. They're magnified. And then you look at someone else, the other person in your job, your friend who's also at university, whoever. And you look at their deficiencies with the binoculars, but you turn them around. You minimize them. They look tiny and insignificant. So for example, you're in some kind of consulting role and a potential contractor goes with someone else. Inexcusable. You're a total failure. And frankly, you always will be. You could have got that contract and you let it slip through your fingers. Now, the guy at the next desk also lost a contract last week, about the same dollar value. But he's been dealing with this divorce, so no wonder. And really the company wasn't the best fit. And they went with the guy who likes to go drinking with the contractor. So whatever, not significant. Same situation, but it means something about you and it means nothing about him. Magnification and minimization. What about good things? You know, you look at this online influencer. Look at his house. It's way better than yours. And it has a pool. Look at his car collection. You'd love to have, well, just one of those things. Look at his income. It's huge. This guy is a real success story. Now take the same binoculars and look at your positives, but you turn the binoculars around so that you're looking through the wrong end. You have friends, but they must really think that you're pathetic. You're employed, but big deal. Any idiot could have landed that job. You treat people well, but maybe that just means you're a sucker. Your positives are insignificant because you're looking through the binoculars the wrong way around. The fact that you're a decent human being and that influencer is in jail accused of sexual assault doesn't occur to you. If it did, you might look in the mirror and see maybe you're the winner and maybe he is the loser. Even when you compare yourself to someone very similar to you, it's possible to use this technique to make yourself look terrible, far inferior to everyone around you. One way we do this is to compare our own real life with our mess and our failings and our insecurities with the online social media image of the people we know. Their holidays and their smiles and their successes and these great restaurants they keep going to. And we just don't measure up. What a lot of people realize is that they don't even measure up to their own online persona, let alone anyone else's. Sure, they ate that meal, but the rest of the time it's breakfast cereal and ramen. We minimize ourselves and we magnify others. And we do it by using a one scale for ourselves and another for everyone else. When we're in these comparison situations, we can use a phrase to remind ourselves to question our instinctive first thoughts, something like a mantra. And in this case, it's use the same scale for everyone, yourself included. Throw the binoculars away. Look at the situation clearly, and at least some of those differences begin to fade away. My books, including the Assertiveness Workbook, How to Be Miserable, and How to Be Miserable in Your 20s, are all available from bookstores and online booksellers. There's information about each of them at randypatterson.com. And my online courses can be found at psychologysalon.teachable.com. Thanks for watching.